The Lakers have found their next superstar as Austhim Reaves has been playing the best basketball he has played in his entire career. And on top of that, playing as well as any player in the entire NBA. In today's video, we're going to talk about Austhim Reaves' masterclass as well as if he can keep it up even when Luka Doncic and LeBron James eventually come back into the lineup. And welcome to Lakers Digest. My name is Hunter Pitcoff, and we cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. It was a tough loss, a very undermanned loss for the Los Angeles Lakers, but it has allowed Austhim Reaves to thrive and show everybody that he is deserving of a massive contract when he is up in free agency next year. If you want to keep up with Austhim Reaves and everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers, hit that subscribe button because about half of you are not subscribed. But look, that number is slowly coming down, so we appreciate you guys actually listening to us, coming back for more content, and hitting that subscribe button. But again, most of you watching are not subscribed, so come on. Just hit that subscribe button, guys. It's been a very up-and-down season for the Los Angeles Lakers, but one thing we do know is that Austhim Reaves is showing up big time for the Los Angeles Lakers this season in an absolute major way. After coming off a 51-point, 11-rebound, 9-assist game, one of the greatest games anybody in the purple and gold has ever worn these threads in the history of Lakers basketball. And there's a lot of amazing players, guys, that have played for the Lakers. Austhim Reaves, in very rare air, follows it up with 41 points on 13 of 22 shooting, 12 of 14 from the line. The 8 turnovers, that was really the only bad, but 5 assists in this one as well. Another just absolutely phenomenal game. And you look out there at the plus minuses, as I guess of Chris Magnon, who had a +3, but only had 4 minutes in that game, so I'm not going to count that. Austhim Reaves, the only one not in any sort of negative figure there in the plus-minus. I know that's not everything, but it really does show you, too, that this Lakers team absolutely fell apart when Austhim Reaves was not on the basketball court. And again, another game, every single game in the Lakers have played this year, a player has scored at least 40 points, and they're only 2-2 to show for it. So it just kind of shows you, guys, it takes a village to win. Even in that game against the Kings on Sunday night, it was Hachimura, it was DeAndre Ayton. Other guys were playing pretty well for the Los Angeles Lakers as well. And in this game, too, they cooled off a little bit, but Ayton with a pretty solid game, a 16 and 8-point game, 8 of 15 from the field, and Hachimura chipping in with 16 and 6, and shooting 50% from the field. So these guys actually were able to play pretty solid, but again, they played like how they should be playing if Luka and LeBron were in the lineup, but they didn't really elevate their game, and as a result, that's kind of what ultimately led to the loss. A lot of bad mistakes. They were shot below 30% from 3 after they shot lights out against the Kings, coming off a back-to-back. The Blazers were also coming off a back-to-back. This was definitely a recipe for disaster with the amount of injuries that are just piling up for the Los Angeles Lakers. But Austhim Reaves, guys, just continues to be an absolute star. And then Mike Trudell, who covers the Lakers for Spectrum Sports, saying that in the 4 games for Austhim Reaves, when both LeBron and Luka don't play, it's only been 4 times it's happened, where both guys are on the roster and then both of them didn't play. He had a career high at the time, 45 points and 7 assists against the Pacers. Then it was that game where, it was kind of similar to this game that we just watched, where nobody played at all in this game. And then Austhim Reaves had 37 points, 13 assists against the Nuggets. And then Ken's Kings, 51 points, 11 boards, 9 assists, and then 41 points and 5 assists against the Portland Trailblazers. Now, the big difference is they're only 2-2 in these games. They're only a 500 record. So, it doesn't mean that this team does, in fact, need Luka and LeBron in order to reach their full capacity. So, let's not get that messed up. But on top of that, too, there's no Marcus Smart in this game, no Jackson Hayes in this game. Both those guys, JJ Redick just said that he's hopeful that both of them will be back for their next game, which is Wednesday night against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're missing their superstar in Anthony Edwards, and the Lakers were able to beat them in the first matchup. So they're playing for the second time already in their first 5 games of the season. On top of that, too, there was no Adu Thiero. He has not played. I'm blanking on somebody else here. Who else did not play in this game? This has gotten to the point here, guys, where I'm forgetting every single player that has not played. But when you got LeBron, Luka, Maxi Kleber, that was the other one. But 5 of your top 8 or 9 guys are not playing in this one. And it's your 2 superstars not playing in this one, in Luka and LeBron. It is going to be very tough sledding. And coming off a back-to-back, the Lakers just clearly did not have enough juice in that second half to really contend with Portland, who is deep, who is young, and they run. And then on the Lakers, if they're not making their outside shots like they did in the last game against the Kings, this one wasn't going to happen. But the question is, can the Lakers get healthy soon? And ultimately, they still have a very tough slate of games coming up here, and they're going to have a lot of road games coming up here too. So it is going to be very difficult for the Lakers. And we got some bad news on the injury front in regards to Gabe Vincent, who Shams Charania reporting during the game that Gabe Vincent is expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks after undergoing an MRI on a sprained left ankle. Dave McMenamin also covers the Lakers for ESPN, reported this as well. So Gabe Vincent is going to be missing some time for the Lakers. This is someone who won the starting job while LeBron James is out. So it's going to be a big opportunity for guys like Dalton Knecht, who had a bit of an up-and-down game, much better second half, finished with 16 points, really was the only one off the bench who did anything for the Lakers. And then you also look at, guys like Vanderbilt, who had a really good game today, actually, and was able to chip in 14 points, which 14 points for Vanderbilt, you will definitely take that, because defensively, he was also fantastic as well. And then you got Aiden and Ruri, who've both been very solid for the Lakers this year. Those guys need to step up, but the Lakers just need to get healthy, man. How is it game 4? And they have so many freaking injuries. The season just started. There's not any other team in the NBA that has this many injuries right now like the Los Angeles Lakers do. So the fact that they're 500, they haven't played a bad team in any of these games yet. The Kings and Blazers, they're solid, but they're not amazing. I get that. Golden State and Minnesota are on a different tier. They're more on the Lakers tier. But still, the fact that they're 2-2, they're not in a terrible spot, all things considered. But yes, it's going to be a rough road ahead for this team as they will be playing the Minnesota Timberwolves Wednesday night. Then the first NBA Cup game of the season, that's going to be against the Memphis Grizzlies. And then you also have here the Miami Heat as well. That's going to be about, I believe, 1 week since the Luka Doncic reported injury. So we could maybe expect him to be back for around that first week of November, which would be good. But these next 3 games, I do not expect Luka Doncic to play in. So it is going to have to be the Austhim Reaves show and his co-stars, and hopefully they'll have Jackson Hayes and Marcus Smart back to at least just give them some sort of depth. They had 5-6 guys, if you count Dalton Knecht, who actually play in the rotation tonight. And then you had the guys like Nick Smith and Chris Mignon and Christian Coloco and Bronny James. Everybody had to play, and it looked pretty ugly out there. As, of course, I have the hiccups right now. But then they got Portland again. Hopefully they'll have Luka back for that one. They got the Spurs, who are 4-0 right now. And Victor Wembanyama looks like maybe the MVP and best player in the league at the moment. And then they got the Hawks, the Hornets, Thunder, Pelicans, Bucks. And you hope kind of toward that end, look at that bottom part of the schedule, kind of where the Pelicans and the Bucks play. That could potentially be where LeBron James is going to make his debut. Now, we don't know that for a fact, but Shams Charania and others reporting that around mid-November, it could be when we see LeBron back on the court. So that game against the Milwaukee Bucks, that might be the game right around the time where we start seeing LeBron back. Hopefully Luka's back at that point, and this team can finally be healthy, and we can finally see what they did this offseason, and if all these moves and all these players can ultimately mesh together well, and the Lakers can finally get things where they want it to be. So maybe early season injuries means that they'll be healthy at the end of the season. Let's hope. It's fingers crossed on that one. Again, guys, you want to keep up with any of these updates surrounding the Lakers' injury status, wins, losses, Austhim Reaves on fire, whatever it might be, hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to say it one more time, 50-ish% of you guys, most of you watching these videos are not subscribed. If you are one of these people, come on, man. You're getting free around-the-clock coverage surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. This is the place you want to be. We are a fast-growing channel, and you want to hop on the bandwagon now. Get that ticket before it's too late. So, again, guys, want to keep up with everything surrounding your Lakers, hit that subscribe button, and stay up to date with everything here on Lakers Digest.